Motivation is overrated. If you want to build the life of your dreams, if you want to become a millionaire in the United States, you must understand one thing clearly. Motivation will not save you. Motivation will not build you. Motivation will not make you rich. Because motivation fades. Discipline stays. And that, right there, is the millionaire secret. Motivation fades, discipline stays. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and goes. One day you wake up excited, the next day you don't even want to get out of bed. Think about it. How many times have you felt motivated to start a new diet, hit the gym, launch that business, but 2 weeks later, the fire was gone? Motivation is like a spark. It burns fast, and then disappears. Discipline is different. Discipline is a system. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. The U.S. Navy SEALs, some of the most disciplined men on earth, don't wake up at 4:30 a.m. because they feel motivated. They wake up because discipline demands it. Millionaires think the same way. They don't depend on feelings. They depend on systems. The millionaire secret, daily habits over feelings. The secret of U.S. millionaires is simple. It's not motivation. It's not passion. It's not even talent. It's daily habits. It's doing the same boring, difficult, uncomfortable things, again and again, until success becomes inevitable. Think about Jeff Bezos in his early days of Amazon. No one was motivating him to pack books in his garage. No one was cheering him on. But he did it. Every single day. Why? Discipline. Elon Musk didn't become one of the richest men in the world by waiting to feel inspired. He worked 100-hour weeks. Slept on factory floors. Sacrificed comfort for progress. That's the secret. Millionaires live by discipline, not by moods. Motivation is about feeling. Discipline is about action. And action is what makes millionaires. The psychology of discipline. Let's go deeper. Why does discipline matter more than motivation? Because your brain is wired for comfort. It loves safety. It loves pleasure. It hates effort. When you rely on motivation, you're relying on feelings that your brain controls. When you build discipline, you control your brain. Discipline rewires your habits. When you wake up early every day. When you hit the gym even when you're tired. When you save money instead of spending it on temporary pleasure. Your brain learns a new rule: this is who I am. You stop asking, do I feel like doing this? You simply do it. This is how U.S. millionaires operate. They don't rely on moods. They rely on identity. Motivation asks, do I want to? Discipline says, I must. Discipline builds long-term success. Let me give you the harsh truth. Most people never succeed because they quit too early. They start with motivation. They fail when it fades. Discipline is the difference. Discipline keeps you in the game when others give up. Think about money. If you invest $500 every month, it doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't feel motivating. It feels boring. But years later, that boring discipline compounds into hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's how millionaires are made. Motivation is short-term. Discipline is long-term. Motivation gives you a burst. Discipline gives you a future. Stories of millionaires who relied on discipline. Let's talk about stories. Do you know Kobe Bryant's famous story? He would wake up at 4 a.m., train for 2 hours, rest, then train again, over and over. By the time his teammates showed up, he had already put in 3 sessions. That's discipline. That's why he was a legend. Now let's look at millionaires. Warren Buffett spends hours every day reading, not because it's motivating, but because it's discipline. Mark Cuban says, Work like someone is trying to take it all away from you. That's not motivation, that's discipline. On the other hand, think of all the people who had motivation but no discipline. The ones who started businesses with excitement, but quit when things got hard. The ones who hit the gym in January but stopped by February. The ones who had dreams, but lacked consistency. Discipline separates winners from quitters. Millionaires from dreamers. How you can build unshakable discipline. Now let's make this practical. How can you build the same discipline that US millionaires live by? Here are the steps. Step 1, start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one habit. Wake up early. Read 10 pages a day. Save $5 a day. Small wins build momentum. Step 2, create a routine. Discipline thrives on structure. Set times for work, exercise, learning. Treat them like appointments you cannot miss. Step 3, eliminate excuses. Millionaires don't wait for the perfect time. They act even when it's inconvenient. Stop waiting. Start now. Step 4, find accountability. Tell a friend. Hire a coach. Join a group. Millionaires build networks that push them forward. Step 5, reward progress. Discipline isn't about suffering. It's about building strength. Celebrate the small wins to keep yourself moving. Step 6, the no excuse rule. This is powerful. Every time your brain says, I don't feel like it. Reply, it doesn't matter. I'll do it anyway. This one rule will transform your life. Remember this. You don't need motivation to act. You need action to build discipline. The millionaire's choice. So let's end with the truth. Motivation is nice. But it's weak. Discipline is tough. But it's powerful. Millionaires know this secret. They choose discipline every single day. That's why they succeed when others fail. Now the question is, what about you? Are you going to wait for motivation? Are you going to let your feelings decide your future? Or will you take control? Will you choose discipline? Will you wake up tomorrow and say, I don't care how I feel. I'll do what I must. Because that is the secret to success in America. That is the secret to becoming a millionaire. That is the secret to building the life you dream of. So stop waiting for motivation. Build discipline. And watch your life transform. Rocket, this is your moment. Break free from excuses. Step into discipline. Build your future. Pause. And if this message hit you hard, subscribe now. Because this is just the beginning of your millionaire journey.